This is Josh Elmore from Cattle Decapitation, and you're watching The Age of Metal.
Hey everyone, this is Stephanie here with The Age of Metal, and I'm here right now with Josh of Cattle Decapitation. So how are you?
Doing splendidly, thank you.
Awesome. Well, we are currently at the NAMM show right now, so just talk about how this year has been for NAMM.
Well, usually, I won't say I've just had a much better time this year than in the past years. Not that past years were a bad time at all, but I've just been fortunate to see a lot of people that I haven't had, much contact with recently. So it's been all very good. So, the product, as far as products go, I've seen a couple cool things, but it's been mostly people oriented. So I'm just happy to recontact with some people and move on.
Right. I know when I was here previously, there was a lot more people here this year, so I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous in there, especially the major halls. The hall B and C and A is just like absurd. So we're down in E here, and it's still insane, cacophonous and crowded. I mean, of course, Saturday is the peak day for attendance, but it is it is something else in there.
All right, so let's talk about who you're here with, which is Satellite Amps. So just discuss the brand and how they help you out.
I met those guys maybe 2006. They're a San Diego-based company. We just kind of became friends, and I started, bugging them and hanging out at their shop. And it's a great brand. I mean, I've used it on several cattle recordings. Not primarily. It's more like the amps. The type of amps they make are more like medium gain amps, so it's not like high gain metal amps or anything like that. But they're extremely supportive with working on any of my stuff that I normally have, or just being good friends and very helpful. So I value that very highly, obviously. So they've just always been there. They're a great resource to have, and if you're in the market for a medium gain amp, they're absolutely fantastic.
And I know that not only the quality of the gear, but also the people behind it who are reliable and who will help you out. How is that important for musicians?
That's the pinnacle of importance. You don't have to love the people that are making the stuff, but it helps to really enjoy them and believe in their sort of vision for what their company is and how they conduct themselves and how they treat their customers. And especially as it relates to Satellite, all those things are just top notch. Extremely respectful to customers, and they, for their type of product, they put the utmost amount of work into it and care. So can't help but just respect that greatly. So very happy with that.
Awesome. And on to the band. I mean, I know you guys have an upcoming European tour. Can you discuss that and anything else you have planned for the year?
Yeah, starting I think March 2nd is the first date in Warsaw. It's with us, Suffocation, Abiotic from your neck of the woods. Yes, from Miami. Well, other side of whatever.
Oh, yeah,
The state. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be all dumb about that. Yeah. That'll be for 3 weeks, I think. It begins in Poland and ends in Norway at the Inferno Fest. Mm-hmm. So we'll do that. We're trying to but just working on a U.S. tour probably in May. And then we'll be back in Europe in June for 2.5 weeks for a few festivals, and then back again only a few weeks later for the major festivals, Summer Breeze, Brutal Assault, Obscene Extremes, stuff like that. Nice. So I'm probably going to be something in the fall too, but that's not even a glimmer yet. So we'll probably start working on that midsummer, I'd imagine.
Oh, awesome. And I know, well, you mentioned Abiotic, and you recently toured with them, just a few months ago. One, how is it touring with bands that you've already toured with? And two, do you think that you'd be expecting other bands that you toured with these upcoming tours?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Okay, well, you toured with you are Cali Decapitation, sorry.
Several times.
No, with Abiotic.
Correct.
And have...
Yeah, we toured with them many times.
Right.
Or several times, too, I should say.
And there's two parts of the question. One is, how is it touring with bands that you've already toured with? And the second one is, for the upcoming tours you have this year, will you be touring with anybody else you've toured with?
As far as, like, say, the European run with Suffo and Abiotic, I mean, the run we did with Abiotic a few months ago was, like, the first one we'd ever done with them. And, you know, we kind of had a little online communication, but never actually, you know, done anything. So it was a good experience. You know, they're super nice guys. And, you know, they was like, oh, we do this again? I'm like, yeah, sure, that'd be great, you know. So
Sounds like them.
yeah, I mean, they're great dudes. So, you know, there's no qualms with that. And then Suffo we've done a few tours with, and they're great. They're Suffocation. I mean, even taking aside, like, their musical impact and, you know, their classic everything, they're just awesome dudes. So this is like a great setup, you know. So I you know, can't help but love that. And then coming up in the future, I think like most of those tours in the summer are with festival stuff, but I think we are going to do a few of the off dates with Napalm. So that'd be cool. And we've played with them several times, and there's no Shane and, you know, Barney and stuff like that. So I don't know if Mitch will be with them, but I hope so. But I don't know. That's a personal thing with their band, so I'm not sure.
Sweet. And here's the last question. Do you have a message for the fans or anything?
Use birth control.
That is very important. Please use birth control. All right, everybody, this is Stephanie with the Age of Metal, and I just spoke with Josh from Cali Decapitation. They have a lot of great touring coming up this year, so check out that if they're coming anywhere near you, and check out Satellite Amps, because they make great products, and they're also great to their customers. So keep up on all of that, and stay metal.